read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Landscaper Glenn Hunter claims he advised the defendant to remove a dying tree limb, but his advice was ignored, and the limb fell and damaged his work vehicle. Marco Avila says Mr. Hunter shouldn't have parked under the tree. He thought it was a hazard.
Mr. Hunter, I see you are suing Mr. Avila for $5,000. You cite some property damage. What brings you to court, sir?
A tree fell down on top of my SUV, my work SUV, and so, yeah, that's what I'm looking for today.
Okay. Talk to me, what is the relationship you have to the defendant? How do you know this man?
He is a client of mine, or a prospect of a client.
Okay, what's your business?
Landscaping.
And you say prospect, so he had inquired about getting some work done, or what's the situation?
We gave him an estimate. We came by and estimated the property in terms of what needed to be done, what we recommended be done.
And did he get the work done?
No, Your Honor.
Ultimately, there was no contract?
No.
Okay, I see you're referencing. Why don't you give your whole evidence folder, please, to my bailiff, so I can see what the estimates in here that you provided?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is for your company, Hunter Landscaping, and you did assess quite a few things. You said that there was a hazardous limb, that there needed to be crew and ground support, wood chipping, brush removal. $1,710 would be the cost, and this is basically you taking some limbs off of some trees?
Yeah, especially the dead ones.
And let me guess, you're citing that was the cause of what ultimately damaged your SUV?
Correct.
Okay. I do see you have submitted some photos here. Some debris fell and shattered, what is this, your sunroof, and caused some other body damage to your vehicle?
Yes, and also water damage. It was raining and winding that night, and having to drive that vehicle
with the
home
open roof?
With an open roof.
Okay, and you have submitted an invoice to the court that says that you got all this repaired, but it did cost you. Panoramic moonroof assembly, reinforcement, headliner, body, labor, $5,000 you paid already, and now you want to be reimbursed from the defendant.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's bring you in here, Mr. Avila. So,
yes, Your Honor.
What do you say?
Well, Your Honor, he's conveniently leaving out the fact that the reason why it was damaged was it was a particularly rainy and windy evening, and apparently right here, wind gusts are up to 40 miles an hour.
So your defense is saying, well, Your Honor, maybe it was my tree that fell, but due to the uncontrollable circumstances of wind and rain, that is what ultimately led to the debris falling? That's what you're arguing?
Yes, and further, at the time, you might be wondering why was he at my house at 11 o'clock at night? I was actually not there.
I'm not there yet, before I get, but I want to get there, but first I want to ask, why didn't you use his services? Because you did make the call, which means that you must have known something was up.
Well, I originally wanted to hire him just for brush clearance.
Okay.
And then when he did his estimate, it ended up being 3 times much higher than what I initially had estimated and what I had thought. And then there was all these line items that increased the price for limb removal. And at the time,
so you didn't believe that you needed limb removal?
That is correct. Frankly, I did not trust him.
So you saying you don't trust him? Why don't you trust him, sir?
Well, in the end, he was there that night because he was sleeping with my ex-girlfriend.
Was she your ex-girlfriend the night in question, or was she your actual girlfriend?
She was my actual girlfriend in the night in question. She is now my ex-girlfriend.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. So how did you meet the girlfriend?
She was the day we did the
estimate. Oh my goodness. This is extraordinarily messy.
I don't normally go do the estimates, but with this one, I wanted to. With new potential clients, I wanted to make sure.
Okay, so let me get this together. You called this man to your home to get the first of what you anticipated to be many estimates to see about the brush removal.
That's correct, Your Honor.
He cites that, but he also says you need the limbs cut On the tree.
Yes.
You said maybe, maybe not. Let me find a couple other professionals, get some second and third opinions.
Correct.
How did you go about going behind his back to, I don't know, I was gonna say fellowship. I don't know, what's the word? A dilly-dally with this man's woman?
We didn't have relations that night, but.
Oh, well, how considerate. How considerate.
We did exchange information as she was at the time the point of contact.
Okay.
Mr. Avila was away during that time.
So you and this woman lived together?
Yeah, we lived together. We'd been dating for about a year, and she'd moved in about 6 months prior to that.
Okay. Well, I will say this. As much as he seems to be untrustworthy, I hope you know so is she.
Oh, absolutely. She is not in my life anymore.
Okay.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
So that night I had driven home, left my car because no body shops were open that day. So I waited till the next morning.
Yeah, that night that you was laying up in the bed with this man's girlfriend.
And later,
My dog wasn't coming, so I went out and yelled for Bailey. He didn't come. Took several minutes. I finally went outside and I saw that the fence had collapsed.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Glenn Hunter, who blames Marco Avila for tree damage to his car.
I got to tell you, Mr. Hunter, I was prepared to hold the defendant here accountable if indeed I was convinced, per the evidence, that the limbs were indeed a hazard, that he knew they were a hazard, per your estimate,
Yes.
that he had awareness, and then he willfully chose to do nothing about it. That would be the definition of you breaching a duty of reasonable care as a homeowner. Are you clear about the logic?
Yes, Your Honor.
But let me tell you where I have some questions, Mr. Hunter. I don't think that it's unreasonable that he wouldn't just take your word for it. You are a professional in the landscaping business, but you're just one person. If it were me, and I was not expecting to have an assessment around heavy damaged limbs, I too might want 2 or 3 people to affirm that this was indeed a problem before I took action. We call that reasonable care.
Well,
okay?
I have about 4 or 5 teams that go out and do these estimates, and I trust my crew to do these estimates fully, and that was what they recommended.
Okay, that's fine and dandy, but that has nothing to do with this man's ability to do his due diligence, because you and your 5 teams, it's all coming to the same pot. So one could argue that there's a compromise of fiscal incentive. Of course, they're all going to say similar things, versus he's trying to be prudent here as a homeowner and say, okay, one landscaping professional says the limbs are a problem. Let me see if 2 and 3. Am I following your logic?
Absolutely, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have anything else for me that says, for instance, a third-party landscaper that could say, oh, no, Your Honor, this looks like a problem, is a problem, and he should have known it was a problem? Anything other than your word?
Unfortunately, I do not, Your
Okay,
Honor.
but go ahead. Just tell me what you got.
So that night, I had driven home, left my car because no body shops were open that day. So I waited till the next morning.
Yeah, that night that you was laying up in the bed with this man's girlfriend. You mean to tell me no? Well, it might have been one body shop open. Go ahead, sir.
During the night in question, I had driven home, and then the next morning I decided to go get my car looked at an open body shop at that time, and they had given me the estimate of $5,000.
Yep.
I went back to my office and looked at the estimation sheet.
Yes.
And saw that at the
Did you
bottom
about the
there.
original one you gave Mr. Avila?
Correct.
Yes,
Yep. And
okay.
it says right here, one larger structural compromised branch hangs over the driveway.
Okay, let me look. Okay, so this is in the notes part you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So at that point, once I read that, I was conflicted on if this was an act of nature or if this
Yeah,
was
because that's what he's
negligence.
saying. He's saying that, okay, the branch overhang, for sure. But he's saying high winds, high rains aided the event that took place that caused the damage. And
Correct.
you're saying, well, maybe that happened, but that these branches did pose a risk of falling. And you're getting this, you said, from your insurance adjuster.
They advised before I filed a claim that it was more of negligence, and if it was negligence, which it is,
Well,
they would not claim it.
which you say. Okay, all right.
Well,
yes, sir, and I'm
Your
going to
Honor,
make a ruling. Go ahead, sir.
Can I say something? It was negligent of a supposed tree expert to park right under a tree that had dead branches on it in the middle of a storm.
Well, then let's not park under any trees.
Well, somebody. now you're talking with some sense, Mr. Avila. Because because you got to consider what this man is saying, which is if anybody should have known there was a risk of harm as it relates to physical damage around what did you just draw my attention to that your adjuster said? Let me read it verbatim. A branch that posed significant risk of falling, it would be you because you delivered this to him. Yeah, okay, you know what?
Your Honor,
Nope. You've said enough, Mr. Hunter. It's above us now. Baby, it's above us. It's above us, okay? Because that little mess with the girlfriend, you got to handle that upstairs. But what we're going to talk about is this $5,000. Sometimes in my courtroom, Mr. Avila, people overtalk themselves. They talk themselves out of verdicts. They talk too much. They talk too long. They cite things that are irrelevant to the case. But you today, sir, proved a very important and brilliant point in this last argument that you made, and should have not parked your car there, and by doing so with actual knowledge of the risk of harm, I'm going to hold you accountable for that, sir. So to the extent there may or may not have been some negligence on your part, you knew or should have known the branches had a risk of harm. You really shouldn't have even been over there that night, but again, that ain't my business. That's between you and him, okay? And so I'm going to find that the plaintiff's case is dismissed. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
And I'm just glad that I don't have to spend $5,000 on him.
And I think determining factor was not in good taste.
You've had your day in court. Please grab your belongings and follow me.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
Found her on social media. I sent her a message on social media.
You slid in the DMs?
Yep,
Okay.
correct. And finally, I left a note stating that if I didn't hear from her, I was going to have to handle it myself.
This is Equal Justice. Helen Drew claims her neighbor caused their shared fence to collapse by piling heavy doors against it and refused to share the cost to replace it. Nina Peters says the plaintiff installed the fence without her consent, so she doesn't owe her a dime.
Ms. Drew, you are suing Ms. Peters, I see, for $1,043. What brings you to court, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm suing my next door neighbor from a collapsed fence that we share on our property line. That was from her piling up about 6 heavy doors.
Oh, wow.
And that weight caused our fence to collapse. My dog wasn't coming, so I went out and yelled for Bailey. He didn't come. Took several minutes. I finally went outside and I saw that the fence had collapsed due to all of the things that she piled up. I actually have photos here.
And let's put this up so everyone can see. I'm seeing several large white doors that are lobbed against the fence, so to speak. So she's alleging, ma'am, that you put those doors there and that caused the fence to collapse.
Me and my partner are going to build a shed, and we were just trying out some doors. They've been there for a minute. We're trying to build it in the spring.
But you are admitting to the court that you placed these doors for the renovation project against the fence.
Yes.
And ultimately, the fence is knocked over. So you talk about your dog, Bailey, escaped because the fence had collapsed.
Correct.
You were able to recover the dog.
I found him running down the street, which was really scary.
That was scary, okay.
And that's when I went over, knocked on her door, let her know what had happened, asked her to clean everything up.
And what'd she say?
She said she had an appointment she had to get to, and
Okay,
she'd
what
do it
appointment
later.
did you, okay, what
I
appointment?
had a dentist appointment.
Dentist appointment,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Routine cleaning or?
It was a
dentist
root
appointment?
canal emergency.
Okay, so it really was an emergency.
Yeah,
You
had
were
to
in
get out of
pain.
there. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What was your plan to address the matter?
So I was going to come home after the dentist appointment, but then I got an emergency call from my sister that my Nana had fallen.
Is that what you understood it to be or no?
No, I didn't know about this.
You didn't know about any of this?
I knocked on her door for a week. I found her on social media. I sent her a message on social media.
I don't really
You slid in the DMs?
Yep,
Okay.
correct. And finally, I left a note stating that if I didn't hear from her, I was going to have to handle it myself.
I understand that. So where did you leave the note saying, if you don't handle it, I'm going to handle
On
it?
our front door.
Like a sticky?
Yeah.
Old school? Okay.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
I don't think the fence would have collapsed had all that weight not been placed on it. And so therefore, I don't feel like I should have to pay half.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Helen Drew, who is fighting with Nina Peters over a backyard fence repair.
Looks like you got a new fence put up and installed, and now Bailey's safe.
Unfortunately, there was only 10 feet of fence down, but when the contractor came out, he said because of structural issues, we had to replace 20 feet. And then also I incurred $200. I was trying to do the right thing and not create more expenses, so I enlisted the help of a friend to help me clean up the junk that was in my yard.
So I'm looking at an invoice that you provided the court, ma'am.
Yes.
Fencing costs $370, installation labor $239, job and supplies $78, installation, removal of fencing, and the debris disposal, which you spoke of. So that's how you get to a total of $1,043?
Correct.
All right, so you get home finally. Nana's okay.
Nana's okay.
Your tooth's okay. What you got on it, neighbor?
I mean, I get home to an invoice with everything that I owe, and I wasn't aware of any of that. I was gone. We don't have each other's number. I don't use social media that much. I'm never on it.
Given that I wasn't getting any response on any of these things, I understand that her Nana had an issue, but she still has a responsibility. She knew about it.
I get your argument. Your Honor, my dog, she was gone. It was too long for me to wait. I had to do something about it. But once you did that, you got an invoice, you return home, you can see this certainly looks a heap better than you left it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's settle up. I pay half, you pay half. Why was that not on the table?
Yeah, I don't think the fence would have collapsed had all that weight not been placed on it. And so therefore, I don't feel like I should have to pay half because she piled her several hundred pounds
Threw
against
away
the
all my
fence.
stuff.
You had intentions to use this stuff?
Yeah, we were
Well,
going to build a shed.
with this?
Yeah, we had a couple, like we were going to try out some doors, and it's all gone.
Judge Eboni's verdict when Equal Justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
Y'all were going to be coming up off some paper to get a new fence at some point in the near future regardless. I am convinced. Therefore, I don't think she should have to foot the whole cost. Now, I'm going to offer you this, Ms. Peters. Dental pain is for real. But you are a property owner 365 days a year. So it is your responsibility to check your messages, follow up with the neighbor. You failed to do it. I think you both share an equal benefit and improvement of the new fence. I hope you both enjoy it. I am going to reward in favor of the plaintiff, but only for $521.50. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $521.50.
Any final thoughts?
I'll take half the battle.
Any final thoughts, ma'am?
I'm happy but frustrated that I had to do extra work.
Okay. Judge has made her rulings. Please grab your belongings and follow me.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.